Dun dun.
Hey guys, what is up? It is your girl Mills. Welcome back to Keeping It Wheel with Mills. This is a blueprint to life after a spinal cord injury. This is everything you won't find in a textbook.com. So welcome guys to episode 7. And I am here with a special guest. I am here with Marina. If you heard my podcast number 6, have you heard it, Marina? No.
What was the title?
It was called Occupational Therapy versus Physical Therapy, but I haven't actually promoted it yet because I'm still working on like the video podcast. But anyways, this is Marina.
I did see it, but I didn't watch it because I'm just not interested in occupational therapy. I'm sorry. No, but yeah. I didn't watch it yet.
Yet. I think Marina's more like of like the video podcaster, right?
Yeah, I'd rather watch a video than listen to something.
Okay, I get it.
So maybe that video was more for people who like to listen to informational stuff.
Yeah. Well, I still haven't. Oh, that was a little loud.
Yeah,
sorry. Well, I still haven't uploaded that. I think it'll be up tonight. But anyways, guys, let me introduce you, Marina. I met Marina. We met each other in high school, but the other day I was thinking about it. Wait, I never even said the title. Okay, well, I'll introduce you first, and then I'll let you guys know the title. But if you're looking at the podcast, if you're watching the podcast, if you're listening to the podcast, you already know what the title is. The title is episode 7 is called People Will Leave. Dun dun dun. But before we do get into it, guys, let me introduce you to my friend Marina. Me and Marina met in high school, and I actually was thinking about this yesterday, and I wasn't sure like what year exactly did we meet. When did we meet? At 10th grade or 11th grade or senior year?
I think it was 11th grade.
11th grade?
Yeah. I feel like I met you in...
I feel like I knew you existed, but I don't think we didn't. I feel like we didn't start hanging out until like 11th grade, because that's whenever we started going to house parties.
I feel like I didn't start talking to you until history class. Remember history class?
With Miss Smith? Yeah, Danny Toledo, yeah.
Yeah. Was her
And
name
then Devin? Yeah, I think so.
Yes,
And then that Devin guy, he would always like copy off my work, and Miss Smith was like, Devin, at least pretend like you're doing some work or copy off of Mildred. I was like, dang, like a teacher would really say that.
I think that was where I think we started kind of talking, right?
Yeah, I think
that
so.
Sounds right. In 11th grade.
11th grade. So that was 2011, and we are currently in year 2020. So we've been friends for a very long time, but I don't think that our friendship became like a real friendship, or I don't think it got this intense. This serious like it is right now. So how do I say it? I think we became closer after my accident.
Yeah, I think in high school we were friends, but we were just like hangout friends.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have no serious conversations. It was more like, oh, you're gonna go to that party? Okay, let's go.
Oh, what are you gonna wear?
Yeah, like it was like that, but it wasn't like not emotion, but it wasn't like, in too deep. But then we were in high school, so maybe that wasn't really like a thing.
Yeah, I don't think I ever had like deep conversations like that with anyone real. I don't know. Maybe because we were younger. What do you
well, I'm a deep person. No, I'm kidding. But no, I feel like okay, so my best friend at the time was Jeremy, and I feel like we were like pretty in tune. Like we had like deep conversations. So I don't know.
Maybe it was just me.
Yeah, maybe it was just like you in like a daze.
Maybe.
I think so. I think maybe a lot of times you were kind of like not in a daze, but like I felt like you were kind of like...
Oh, put it a little closer.
I felt like you were kind of like... I don't want to say all over the place, but I just felt like you were just always on the go.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like there was never like... I don't know. I just felt like you were always on the go.
Yeah, I think so too. And honestly, like before we do get into like Marina and everything, I'm
like, what do you mean get into me? It's about you.
Like, okay, I just want you guys to like know like the feel and the vibe with our connection, so you can like understand like the rest of the video. So honestly, I grew up with like a mentality thing. Since I was little, my dad would always be like, "Oh, los amigos no existen, dude." Like he would literally like say that, like, "Oh, like it." Like I just grew up with that mentality, and I feel like that, and it's not because it's bad. I feel like he just didn't have a good experience with friends, growing up, and I feel like he just always like figured out by himself when like things will get tough and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that's the reason why, you know, he would say that. So of course I had like friends, you know, but I don't think I actually like truly believed it until like I met you, honestly.
Aw.
Like you taught me what like a really good, like you taught me how to be a friend and like what a good friend looks like, you know.
Yeah, no, for sure. I feel like I've always been the type of person where I've always had like one really good friend. And not a bunch of friends, but just like one really good friend. Because and I feel like you were like kind of the opposite. I felt like in high school you had like a bunch of friends.
Yeah, like I feel like I knew like a lot of people.
Yeah, you were like friends with everybody, or you would be randomly with everybody. But no, I've never been like that. I've always been like really connected. I've always been like one person.
Yeah,
and that's
just one
my
single
person,
friend. Yeah,
and that's like my friend. And I feel for sure in high school I felt like Jeremy was like my go-to, like
friend.
yeah. And I felt like and
I took over.
no, and I felt like you were more in high school, like you had just like you dibbled and dabbed and like
Yeah, I think so, because I don't think I had like a stable, just I mean I want to say stable, I don't think I put a lot of like effort, or I just I don't think I valued friendship as much at the time, or maybe because I was always doing things, I was always kind of like busy, so
yeah,
it
you're
wasn't
too
something
busy
that
to really invest in.
yeah, that's true. I do agree with that. But the reason why we did meet, me and Marina, was because we had another friend, and actually we were like the three M's. We were like the three musketeers.
Yeah, I felt like
I feel like we got closer because of her.
yeah, I was gonna say because I felt
Definitely.
like yeah,
She started talking. You guys started talking, and then you blended in with the group.
yeah. And I think I don't want to say like I met you through her, but I think in a way like we hung out more
because
through
of
her.
yeah, because you guys were closer.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And well, that friend that we were talking about, we're not gonna say her name because we're not gonna say her name, you know.
Yeah.
But I actually met her in middle school, so we were really close friends, and then that's how, you know, we got to meet each other. But since the title is, you know, people will leave, I did want to mention that person because it's not that I was expecting for her to be there after my injury, but she was one of the persons that did leave actually very quickly after my injury. I don't think it was even like a year that we stopped talking.
Yeah, I don't honestly. I felt like after your accident.
How was it? Okay, before we do get into that
Yeah.
person, how did you find out that I got injured? How was that? Who told you? And how long did it take you to go see me at the hospital?
Okay, so
The shade.
okay, no, okay, so
This bitch didn't go like until like 3 years later. I'm kidding.
No, I went the same day. Okay, so how it started is okay. I remember we went out to eat with you for your birthday that Saturday.
Yeah.
Was it a Saturday night?
It was a Saturday.
Yeah, we went out to eat with you for your birthday, and went out to eat with you to your birthday, and then what I remember, and then after we were supposed to go out. But your a friend was not dressed, or I can say your boyfriend at the time. Your boyfriend at the time wasn't dressed to go out to the club. Right?
I don't remember.
Yeah, you don't remember that?
No.
So I remember like we all were gonna go out. We were all gonna go eat somewhere, and everybody was dressed up to go out like after, and he wasn't. So then I remember it was.
I was probably pissed, huh?
it was a rocky night for sure.
Okay.
But yeah, so then I remember. We're like, okay, well, he's not dressed, so let's just go hang out at somebody's apartment, right?
Yeah.
We went to go hang out at somebody's apartment, and I think we played beer pong there. It wasn't very, like, honestly, like, I remember everything, but it was kind of like, I don't know. It was just an off night because that was my first time ever meeting your boyfriend at the time. I never had met him, so I didn't know how serious you guys were, which is weird because you guys were together for a long time. That's why I feel like, not to say I wasn't close to you prior to your accident, but I didn't know you that well because you were with this guy for a long time, and that was my first time ever meeting him.
And I don't think I ever like vented to you about him or anything
so
like that.
I didn't know like your guys' relationship or your history, or I didn't know anything about it. I just remember like, oh, it's Mildred's birthday. We're gonna go. She wants to go out to eat at this restaurant, and then we're gonna go out after. And I remember, going along. And then I remember we went to the people's house and we played beer pong. I think I really don't remember. I honestly wasn't drunk. Yeah, I wasn't drunk at all. And then
that's weird how you felt that it was like a weird night too. Maybe I think we all sensed it, or I don't know. Maybe it was just in the air, a weird night.
I didn't get like any sort of I didn't get like any sort of like creepy superstitious vibe like, oh my god, something bad's gonna happen. Like no,
I'm over here trying to like make it a thing. Like, it was just a creepy day.
Yeah, no, I know you explained that in your other one of your other videos, is you said that you felt the energy that day was really off. I didn't feel that. I just felt like, in a sense, not to say out of place, but in a way out of place, because the people that we were hanging around, I've never hung around them. Like,
right.
I had hung around you, and I had hung around our other friend, but I never hung around the other people.
Okay.
So I didn't know. So I'm going into the situation thinking that maybe you're super close to them, or maybe, you know, this is like the guy you're gonna marry, you know. So I didn't know. So I remember we went to go play beer pong, and then me and our friend at the time, we ended up leaving, and I remember like us having to like jump a fence. Remember, we had to jump a fence to get out of the apartment, because I don't think we had the key or the code. I remember jumping a fence.
I forgot about that. I just remembered it. Yeah,
I remember we jumped a fence, and I remember talking to you through the fence.
Yeah, so do I.
And I remember you were like tipsy, or you were feeling your drinks, but I didn't think you were like drunk.
Right.
Yeah. Like I don't think it was like, oh my god, like a blackout moment, like.
Yeah.
Right.
No, because I was wearing heels and I was all like.
So then I remember. And I don't even remember what time it was. Maybe like 1.
It was early.
It wasn't that late.
No, it wasn't late.
Maybe like 12, 1. And I remember I left, and then
You want to put a little closer?
Right here.
Yeah.
Okay. So I remember we left, and I went back to our friend's house, and I had parked my car at her house, and then I got in my car, and then I went home, and I remember I just knocked out. And I'm the type of person where I'll sleep till like 12 o'clock. Like I can sleep all afternoon.
Not me.
So the next day, I remember I think I woke up maybe 12ish, 1. I don't remember, but I slept in really late. It was a Sunday. Yeah, it was a Sunday. And I slept in really late, and I remember looking at my phone, and our friend messaged me and was like, Mildred got in a car accident. And I was just like, oh shit, is everything okay? Because it didn't come off that serious at first. When I got the message that you got in a car accident, it didn't come off serious. It was just kind of like, okay, she got in a car accident. Like, fuck, is a car okay?
The car.
Yeah. Because
well, I mean, when you're young, honestly, that's what you think of. Yeah, like, fuck, her car.
Yeah, and then you think, like, fuck, did, like, her dude go to jail? Because I knew she was driving with her dude at the time, or he was driving. So I was like, fuck, he probably went to jail. Like, you know, I think that was the first thought.
Yeah, that came.
Yeah, again, we're young, you know, but I wasn't dumb just to think like, oh, the car. I just didn't think it was that serious about an accident. And then I remember, so you got
your eyelashes look really good.
Really? I feel like I wanted her to go longer, because I was like, I know I'm gonna do this video, and I want my eyelashes to be long.
I'm doing 15s right now.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like mine don't look that long.
No,
right?
Yeah, huh?
Really? I feel like, I don't know.
Okay, and then
So I remember, you know, getting the text that you got in a car accident. I was like, damn, is everything okay? And at the time, like, our friend didn't know exactly how severe it was. I think she was in communications with your sister, but she didn't know how severe it was. And then I think I messaged your sister on IG, and I asked like what hospital you were at, and she said you were at like Memorial Hermann. And I remember I went to a Memorial Hermann, I think over there going towards Sugarland for some odd reason. I don't know why I went there, but I went there, and I was like, what the hell? And then our other friend was still at work, and I remember I was like, okay, well, when you get off, you know, pick me, like, let's go.
Chuck E. Cheese?
No? At the other.
Okay.
And then I remember I was like, oh, you know, once you get off, like, you know, we'll ride together and go to the hospital, right? And I remember, okay, so when we got we got to the hospital, and it's like all your family sitting in the waiting room, and it was just like, they were like dead silent, like fucking pin drop you could hear, and they were so silent. And I think one of your sisters came back from somewhere, and one of them was like, the doctor says she's gonna be paralyzed. And then I'm just like, what the hell? Like, I was just like, not confused, but I was just in shock. Like, is this really happening? Like, I think when you're young, you don't think that
the severeness of it, or like, what do you? What did you think? Like, were you kind of like, should I have to Google it? Like, what does that look like? Or, I mean, I don't know.
No. Like, for sure, I didn't feel like I'm gonna Google being paralyzed or nothing like that. Like,
she's smart, bro.
I know.
I would have been like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
bro?
I'm like, fuck. I know what paralyzed means. You don't have to say that shit again.
I think I would have been worried, like, oh my god, is her face okay? Or like, what? I don't know.
I don't know what I thought. I just remember hearing one of your sisters say that you were paralyzed, and then I felt like damn, like, I think a lot of emotions run through your head because I hung out with you the day of or the night of, and you kind of feel like, well, what if we would have told her to come with us, or what if we wouldn't have left her there with her boyfriend, or what if I don't know, what if you always think like, what could you have done, like literally seeing you. I don't know. I
Like
don't
a
know.
few hours.
Yeah, I don't know how late you stayed after we left, but just
It was
thinking like,
maybe like 30 minutes.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I think you in your mind you always like, well, what could you have done? Or damn, like, is her family mad at me because they know that we were hanging out? But it was very awkward.
Mhm.
I want to say for a couple weeks. How long were you in the
Year
hospital?
or just like when you would go to the hospital,
Well,
or even when you would come to the house.
so I'm not gonna lie. So it was very awkward and tense sometimes. Well, not sometimes, a lot of times.
Yeah.
Going to the hospital because you didn't know what her family at the time was thinking. You didn't know if her family was like, "What are you doing here?" Or you have something to do with it. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know what your family's thinking, and you could tell like they're taking on all this news too. And I felt at that time it was like I didn't want to like, I felt like, okay, like, I know one time I went to the hospital and your dad was outside the hospital and your dad was all like, she's not doing too good. And I was just like, okay, so can I go in there and see her? Or
Like not too
what is-
good in the way
Yeah,
that I
like-
leave.
Yeah, like I was just like,
Did he say it in Spanish?
yeah, well,
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
yeah, he said it in Spanish. He was outside and it was when you went to Tier.
Okay.
Yeah, so I remember like I went and he was like, she's not doing too good, and I was just like, okay, well, I'll come another day. You know what I mean?
So you left?
Yeah, I left because it was just like I don't know. I felt like, I don't know. It was just kind of awkward. And I think another time too, there was like this one time. I know if you remember.
I don't know.
was
Go.
like, remember
I'm
when
scared.
when we came to see you,
Oh.
and
What?
I think you were in a. I think you were in a. I don't know if you were in a chair yet.
Okay.
And like, I never like rolled you anywhere because I wasn't gonna make anybody mad if I brought you this way, because I felt like at a certain time it was like your family wanted to be with you and they didn't want, like, you know what I mean. And I remember we were together and I remember our friend like steered you to the side to tell you something about, I think, your ex-boyfriend at the time or whatever. And it was like your parents were just kind of like looking like, why the hell did they pull her to the side? Yeah, you don't remember that?
No.
You
We
don't?
we were at the hospital?
Yes, we were outside a Tier, and I remember our friend pushed you pushed you in your chair to like talk to you on the side, like away from your family, because I think she wanted to tell you something about your dude at the time. And you could tell like your family was just like,
I feel like they were really overprotective, like the
Yes.
first 2 years.
yeah,
like
very
after that.
overprotective, like, yeah,
I mean,
sure.
but can you blame them? You know?
Yeah, I don't. And I say I can blame. I've never been in that situation, so I
Right.
don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know if the way your parents responded or how your family responded was right or wrong. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I've never dealt with it, or you know what I mean. I don't think anyone's ever dealt with it in this situation.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like your family was super overprotective. I don't blame them, right? Everyone has the right to respond or feel how they want to feel, but for a while, I feel like in the hospital, it was kind of like awkward at first because you just didn't know what your family was thinking. Yeah.
So if somebody's listening to this and they are in your position, like, like a friend that was a friend before the injury, what would you advise? I mean,
I think that I would definitely say don't take things too personal.
personal, okay.
Yeah, because I know for a time too, after the whole accident, or like once you had got home, I felt like you were in this weird state of mind too. And
yeah.
And I think that in a sense, I know for sure in a way that kind of did have to play a part in one of your friendships. What would be the word for it? I don't want to say ending, because that's just an intense word, but one of your friendships kind of like drifting away was because you were in a different state of mind. And I think when you're younger, not to say, I don't know how to explain it. Not to say like, oh, I'm just so strong minded that I could deal with it. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to say that, you know. But I felt like some of like the way you responded or how you were, I kind of like knew that it wasn't really like because of me, or you know what I mean. I knew it was because of inner things that you were dealing with. So I think that I know there was a couple of times where like we came to invite you out and you just weren't having it. Like, you know,
what would I say?
You were just like,
I honestly feel like the first 2 years were like a blur. Like they were just too much that like when I try to remember back, I'm kind of like, dang, did I really do that? Or when somebody tells me stuff like that, I'm like, for real?
Yeah, I don't know if you remember, like, we were going to invite you to eat. I think like at Olive Garden or something. We're going to take you out to eat. You already have been in your house for a while. Not too long, but, you know, it wasn't like, oh, my God, she needs to stay home. It was like, okay, you know, she's transitioning to getting used to living her everyday life.
Okay.
And I remember we invited you out. We were going to take you out for lunch, I think. And you were just being so mean.
No.
Yeah, like, but not like in a like, but it was more like you were just not having it. Like you were just like annoyed, and it was like,
I think I was having a bad day.
Yeah, I think for sure.
Yes, bitch.
No, yeah. And it was.
How did I say no or what?
You were just like, dude, like we literally like had planned this. I don't know for how many days in advance. I don't know. We had planned it because it was like during the day, and I know we all worked, so I know it was something that was planned. And we came out here and we came to pick you up, and you were just not in the mood. And it was just kind of like, fuck, like, I think honestly, one thing that I've learned is that, you know, where I work, sometimes I do deal with some people that are in wheelchairs or are disabled or of some kind, and they're sometimes mean. And I'm kind of like, and at first, prior to your accident, I didn't understand why they were mean or why they would be rude. And now I understand. You know what I mean?
The fuck? Explain.
Like now I understand, because it's like you're dealing with a lot. You know what I mean? Of course, it's not an excuse to be a complete asshole.
Yeah,
right?
no, it's not. It's not.
But now I'm kind of like, I get it why you're frustrated. Like, oh, if you hold the door for someone and then they're kind of like, you know, or like.
Well, I'm okay, bro, because I'm a quad. My hands don't work. Like, I honestly don't get offended by doors.
Yeah, like
that's not something I know there's people out there that don't get offended.
So offended, like, oh, I got it, or like where I were like, oh, if you do something like, and they're like, you know, and it's just like, I don't know. So now I
guess you're more understanding.
Yeah, I understand.
Or like
more.
Whenever I tell her like, dude, I have really bad nerve pain. Like, I'm gonna call into Mildred today. Like, I can't. Maybe because of that too.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like because of your accident, I understand that. I understand people. Not understand people more, but like I understand. Like I feel like one of things that I've learned in the process of going through all this was that everyone deals with things differently. So like in our little group friendship, I felt like the reason why I'm not gonna say why I stuck around or I felt like because, you know, I took everything kind of like as a grain of salt. Like I didn't take it too serious. Like I knew it wasn't like anything personal to me. You know what I mean? I knew that you were just going through a lot, you know, and you were having your moments, and you know, I wasn't gonna be like offended because I knew she was just dealing with a whole new life. You know what I mean? So I think that.
Dang, I feel like crying.
Really?
Because it was too much. Like I feel like it was a lot to just like deal with at the time for everyone around me. And I didn't realize that until like later on. It was just like, dang, I'm going through a lot. Like it's hard for me. Yeah. So I mean, that's not an excuse for, you know, to give somebody like the layoff of like leaving. I'm not like just like saying this because of like the friend that, you know, like just drifted away, but because I have heard like scenarios wherever like, you know, family members leave and like boyfriends leave and like husbands leave, girlfriends and so on. So I mean, how do I say it? Like people will leave.
Yeah.
I one time I heard that this girl was like, yeah, my boyfriend left because he said it was too much. Like the wheelchair life was too much. Yeah, and that he was embarrassed. Or I did meet like someone else in therapy, and it was like the dad and the daughter, and the dad was like, you know, like talking to my dad, and you could tell that he felt bad that the mom had left them.
Yeah,
like
you
the
told
mom
me that story, like someone's mom like leaving
left because it was just too much to handle.
Yeah,
and I guess like a friend or boyfriend, like it's like fine, but it's like your mom, bro. Like you were in her stomach, like
No, I think when something like this happens, it takes a toll on everyone around you for sure. And I'm gonna say, oh, only the strong will survive.
The strong will survive.
That's lame. That's lame. Let me not say that. I hate like shit like that, like sayings like that. But you just have to be mature and understand that that person who actually dealing with the accident is going through a lot, and if they say something that might offend you, just discuss it later.
What do you want to discuss at?
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's sometimes even like there's sometimes I feel like we have our moments, right? Where it's like, did she really just say? You know what I mean? Like, but yeah. But so my only advice would be, if you have gotten in an accident.
What would be for the?
I hate to say accident. If you have become,
or if you have become injured.
Yeah, if you become injured or you become disabled in any sort of way, and you have friends or family that disappear on you, or don't stick around, don't take it personal, because it's definitely not a reflection of you. It's a reflection of that person, and not in a negative way, like, oh, they're a horrible person because they left, but maybe they
weren't meant to be in your life.
They weren't meant to be in your life, but also
like permanently. Permanently.
Yeah, I wouldn't take anything personal. I honestly, like, I think about it in your sense, like, damn, like, because that was more of a serious friendship.
Yeah, I would say.
That was like an intense friendship. Like, that was like, I don't know how many years of friendship was that?
Well, we were 10 years old when we met.
Yeah, so I would
in
think that's
grade.
a pretty that's a pretty deep, intense friendship. So,
and it's not here to bash her, So in a way, like, now that I look at it, because I'm 27 and I'm grown, I'm thankful that we met, because if it wasn't for her, I don't think we would have gotten close.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I wouldn't take it personal, or I wouldn't think like, man, maybe I was such a shitty person to this person that they didn't want to stick around. No, I just think that people change. When scenarios change, people change, and like, honestly, I think about it too. Like, I've thought about, like, would me and you still be friends if your accident didn't happen?
I know.
Have you ever thought about that?
Yeah, I think we would, though.
I don't know.
No.
I'm the type of person where I feel like anything can change in any moment of time.
I don't know.
That's bad to live like that. That's bad to live life like that. But I'm the type of person, I feel like at any given moment, anything can change. Like,
I mean, but it's true.
Yeah. So, if, like, honestly, I don't even know if I'd have the answer to that. Like, if we would be friends. Not like, oh, if she wasn't disabled, she would not be friends. Not like in that way. Not in that way, but more like, I don't know. I really don't know. That's why I wouldn't say, like, oh, it's anybody's fault. You know what I mean? Or like, oh, if someone leaves, they're like a horrible person. But it's just I think a maturity thing, like a maturity thing.
I just look at it in the way that they were just not meant to be in your life. I feel like people are experiences and you grow from them. And yeah, I honestly feel like people are just experiences and you grow from them and you learn from them.
Yeah.
So since we were talking about your experiences, did you ever feel like embarrassed, like with the whole wheelchair, or did you feel awkward going out to places with me? How was that? Like, putting the wheelchair together, was that something that you were nervous about in the beginning?
No, I think the only thing that even to this day, like, I still not worry about, but one thing that I think about is that I walk really fast. Like, I'm the type of person where, like, I just walk really fast. Like, I don't know, right? Don't you think I walk really fast?
Yeah, you do.
Like, not in like no crazy fucking speed walker way, but like, I just walk fast, I guess. I don't know.
Not the normal speed for sure.
You don't think it's the normal speed? Damn.
Well, I know Katie. You be walking like Katie.
You just walk with purpose. Like, you know what you want to do, and you know what I mean? Like, I'm not the type to go to the mall and, like, I'm gonna go look around. Like, no, I'm gonna go to the mall. I know what I want. Okay. You know what I mean? And because I walk like that, or because I am like that.
Ooh.
No, because I'm like that. I felt like one of the things that I had to, like, kind of adjust to was, like, when we go somewhere, is like, I didn't ever want to, like, walk faster than you or like just past you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I felt like it was more like, like being more patient. You know what I mean? So I think for sure, definitely not embarrassed, but it was more so like just reminding myself like be more patient, or not even patient, because I feel like when you say patient, it's like you're annoyed, so you have to like practice being patient. No,
I think it was more like the position, or like, wait, do you want me to walk on the side, in front, or back, or do I walk backwards? Because I know what my sisters, they usually like walk backwards, and like in front of me, but walk backwards, or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just felt like I didn't want to make you uncomfortable. You know,
I walking too fast.
I didn't want to like walk in front of you or walk behind you, and you'd be like, "Dude, go first." You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I think that was one of my.
I like when people walk like diagonal wise and kind of like they can like see me.
Yeah.
But they're still like, because it's on the side. I'm kind of like, yeah.
Yeah.
Or in the back, I don't like when people walking behind me. And if it's like too forward, I'm like, wait for me. Yeah.
And then you asked me something about my parents.
Yeah.
I'll let you ask that because I really wanted to talk about my parents.
It's because the camera stopped working, so we had to like reshoot it. But anyways, did your parents ever like talk to you about it, or how did you tell did you ever cry? Did you cry, or how was like, I don't know, did your parents ever give you a talk of like you should treat her this way, or I don't know, how was that?
Okay.
What? Your mom's gonna be like,
yeah, I know. I'm just thinking about my mom. My mom makes me laugh. I remember having to tell my parents.
Were you scared?
Dude, yes.
Because is it because you were with me the day before? Or
yeah, for sure. But I was kind of scared to tell my mom. Well, not my mom. Well, yeah, my mom, because I was like, fuck, my mom's gonna be like, what the hell were y'all doing? You were drinking and driving. Like because my mom is really big on like telling you like what it is. Like if you do this is gonna happen, and my mom's really big on that. So like my mom always tell me like, Marina, you drinking and driving, I ain't gonna bail you out of jail. Like, you know what I mean? She always, she's always been super straight up. Disclaimer, she would bail me out of jail. But no, my mom gives me my space a lot. So it wasn't like my mom was like, Marina, you need to do this or you need to do that. My mom was like, how's your friend? I think my mom even gave me like flowers, like a plant to give you a couple times. Like, remember for Christmas and shit? Like, my mom will always ask me random, like, how's your friend? Because not to say like, oh, my mom didn't know you, but my mom only had met you maybe like once or twice.
Like twice, I think.
Yeah. Like twice. So
yeah, because we wouldn't really like hang out that much.
Yeah, we were just
like it was like the other friend.
It wasn't like let's go to each other's house type thing. It was more like, you go in here, I'll meet you there. You know?
It was like that.
So my mom only had met you a couple of times. Yeah, she knew your name and stuff, but she didn't know you like, oh my gosh, you're at my house every other day type of stuff. Yeah, but my mom would always randomly ask me like, how's she doing? I don't think my mom went to the hospital.
No.
I think my mom tried to ask me like for the information to go, and I was just like, Mom, like when your parent be like trying to be all up in your business. And I think my mom for sure did ask me for the information, but I was just kind of like, Mom, I'll go, because I think she was trying to give you a flower or some shit. Or a plant.
Okay.
I think it was a plant.
Okay.
Because I remember taking it to Tier, and I was just like, Mom, I'll just take it for you. Like, relax. Like, I'll go. Like, yeah. But yeah, my parents never had to give me no advice on like, oh, how to treat somebody. My parents, like, to me, I feel like you're born with those type of morals. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, my parents have never had to tell me like, oh, you need to treat someone like this or da 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 da. My parents have never had to have that conversation with me. So they've never had to give me advice on, oh, do this for her or tell her this or da 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 da.
Yeah.
So
I think we covered the whole like getting to know Marina, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So do you want to transition to like questions now?
Yeah. So prior to us doing this video, I was like, I want to come up with questions to ask you.
She hasn't told me, so I'm a little scared.
In regards to like the whole friend topic.
Okay.
So one of my questions.
Oh my God. This is not scripted, guys. So okay.
Okay. One of my questions. They're not intense.
Okay.
One of my questions was.
And then it's intense.
It's not. Okay. One of my questions was, do you feel like since your accident, it's been harder to keep friends or make friends?
I would say, it is easier because I do feel like people are nicer now.
It's
big
easier
time
to make friends.
Yeah, I think so, because how do I say it? And the only reason why I don't make friends is because of like myself. Like, I don't think I open myself. I know it's like, oh, Madrid posts everything on Instagram and Snapchat. I get that, right? I be posting like dumb shit, but I don't think I like actually open myself up to like make a like add somebody into my life. Just because I feel like one person could really make a difference, and I don't want to add like any like negative vibes into my like own life again, because I feel like I made that mistake before, or just like I don't, I feel like my time is like very valuable now, that I don't want to waste that with just one any person. And I feel like that's why I haven't made like a lot of new friends. um but no, it's definitely not harder, just because I do feel like a lot of people are nicer. And I don't mean to like say this in a bad way, but I feel like girls are nicer to me because I have a disability, honestly. Like that's like for real, for real.
Yeah.
I feel like certain people, certain girls wouldn't tell me I was pretty if I was like to be walking like at a club. Like it's just how it is, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, at least like at that time back then, it wasn't like so much like woman empowerment, and so like, yeah, let's hype each other up, because it wasn't like that before. You can't lie.
Yeah.
Do you agree or disagree?
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay.
For sure, I agree.
Okay, next question.
And then I have my little response to the question.
Okay,
Can
go.
I go? Do I go?
Yeah, go.
So the reason that I wanted to ask you that was because I feel like you said, I feel like a lot of people are nicer to you now.
Oh shit. Okay, you agree.
Yeah,
okay, go.
I feel like a lot of people are nicer to you now, and I feel like sometimes like I feel like, what are their intentions? You know what I mean?
I feel like she is like really like, you know, kind of like, well, why are you talking to that guy? What are his intentions with you? And you know?
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, it sounds so bad to say, but like sometimes like when you tell me about like certain people that you hang out with, or like people that you've met, or people that you know, people that you're starting to like do things with, I'll be like, so you know what I mean? And
I love it though.
yeah, I don't know why. I'm sometimes I'm like, well, you know, like I don't know, like y'all were friends before this, or what why are they doing it? Like,
do you like don't feel like, oh, you don't want them to be like friends with me because of like they feel like sorry for me, or like
yes, I feel like that's one of my biggest things is like
you better not be friends with her because you know you feel sorry for her. Like she's fine being alone.
Like,
trust me.
Don't do that. Like I hate people that do that. Like, oh, you know, like no, this is not a charity. Like the fuck, like that's one of my biggest things. So I'm not gonna say like I know your family was overprotected of you at the beginning, but I feel like now like I'm kind of like overprotecting, like who you hang around, like what the fuck, like why are you hanging around with this person now? What do they want?
When I was talking to what's his face, you're like, what are his intentions?
Like okay,
yeah.
But yeah, that's I wanted to ask you that just because I wanted to see what you were gonna say, because I think that's one of that's something that I feel like sometimes, not just not in a bad way, like you know, it's good that people are nice and blah blah blah, but I think it's more so is it's like
what? I'm just waiting for a response.
Yeah, so on that question, like what advice do you give to other people with disabilities that have people that are just like super nice to them? Like,
I think just go with the flow.
Just
go with the flow, and again, don't take it too personal if they stop talking to you. Obviously build a connection, because I think just like by being friendly, it has opened up to like many opportunities, and you'll be surprised what like other people have to offer. And it's not like, I'm taking advantage of that person. It's kind of like, I mean, at the end of the day, dude, like how the world works, it's kind of like, it's who you know.
Wow.
It really is.
No, I'm kidding.
It's just, you know, and especially like people that don't have family like me, like it's good to like, you know, talk to other people and be like,
what do you mean you don't have family?
No, like, oh shit. Like people that don't have family, like, oh wait, I do have family. People that don't have family.
Like other people.
Yeah, other people that don't have family.
Yeah.
Sorry, correction. So it is good for them, you know, to like talk to somebody else. Because like some people live by themselves, or they do have family but they're not like close to them, or you know, it's just good, especially like after like having a spinal cord injury. Like I know a lot of people like feel alone, or you know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay. That's some nice advice.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Opportunity.
But yeah, no, I do feel like a lot of people are nicer to you, but I feel like you will always kind of were like bubbly and stuff. So yeah. Another question I wanted to ask you. It's not too much. There's really not too much to me that I feel like we can go into like the friend topic, Cause
No?
it's like, yeah, I don't really have that many questions about that.
A lot of people have trouble letting go though, and they feel like mad or like, because they left.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't.
I guess it's different, like, if it's like your spouse or something like that, more like intense like that.
What advice would you give to another disabled person that's watching this video that just lost a friend or a boyfriend?
Hmm.
Move on.
Yeah, dude, move on.
Move on.
Yeah, just I mean, if they don't, how do I say it? Like the TikTok. If they wanted to, they would.
I don't know that I don't know TikTok.
You're lying.
I swear I don't.
Like if they wanted to be in your life, they would. Okay, and it's just like you can't force somebody to be in your life, and that's okay. You know.
Yeah, for sure. I think
And you wouldn't want them to be in your life if they don't want to be in it. Like, why would you want somebody to be in your life if they don't want to be there?
yeah,
Like,
that's
it's cool.
true.
Like, if you don't want to be there, all right, cool. Like, bye, and peace out, dude. It's
Yeah.
like, why force somebody to be there?
Okay, I have another question, but it's not really related to the friend topic.
Okay.
Do you ever feel pressured to be so motivating and positive all the time?
Like, inspirational?
Yeah.
Like, do you mean like
do you feel pressure like
that I have to post on Instagram and stuff like that?
No, not that, but
No?
like as far as like okay, because you're in a wheelchair, so like when you're out in public, like, do you feel pressure like I have to be nice and I have to do this and I have to do that?
I feel like I'm pressured to like always like look like okay, like put makeup on and like make sure that my clothes is nice, and because it's like if I was to like leave out my house like toda fodonga with my hair not done, and when I'm not wearing makeup, like I feel like I have a lot of bags under my eyes,
Yeah.
so I feel like I look
You're
sick. Yeah, so I do feel pressured that I have to like go out there and look nice, because if not, people will treat you different if you are wearing makeup and if you are not wearing makeup. They really would. I had that experience, TBH.
For real.
Yeah, and I've felt the difference from being chubby in a wheelchair to being skinny in a wheelchair. Like, people will literally treat you different. Like, if I'm like well put together, or if I'm looking like toda fodonga. Like,
What is it? Can you give us a definition
a fodonga.
Yeah.
Like, I would say just like chenga. Do you know what chenga means?
No.
Fuck. Do I have to like Google this?
No, like it was just like when you say it, I automatically take it as like looking like a mess.
Looking like a mess, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, kind of like how you saw me earlier. Yeah. I don't know.
You didn't look that bad.
No, okay.
Yeah. I feel like in a weird way, going back to you saying like, oh, what's meant to be. I feel like that's I think honestly that's a lot of times the advice that I feel like you give is kind of like, if they're supposed to be in your life, they're going to stay in your life. It's supposed to happen, it will happen, blah, blah, blah. And I think in some of I need to not say blah, 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 blah. I say that a lot. But I think in one of your other videos is like, oh, having faith about, just having faith, right? That things are going to get better or whatever. But in a weird way, I wanted to say this I had wrote this in my little notes about wanting to say it. I wanted to say it. Let me pull it up.
Okay.
I was wanting to say that in a weird way, I kind of feel like if you think about everybody that we know, right? Everybody that we know.
Okay.
Like, imagine if this would have happened to anybody that we know.
Okay.
And how they would have handled it. And I feel like in a weird way,
we're talking about high school, right?
Yeah, well, just in general.
Yeah,
just
okay.
in general.
Okay.
I feel like you're the only person that I feel like would turn that a negative into a positive, as far as like helping people and making these videos and staying committed to making videos to help other people. Like, not to say, oh, you were meant to have the accident, right?
Bitch.
But not like in a way like that. But I feel like in a weird way, like you said, the universe works in mysterious ways, and I feel like, honestly, I can't see anyone else going through this and handling it in this way, where you're handling it. Where not only, well, not to say it's not really about you, but in general, like about all the people that you're helping making these videos, and in a sense normalizing that this can happen to you. And you know what I mean? It doesn't mean like you have to like go into hiding and like You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I honestly don't have anyone else that I know that this
That's
happened
disabled.
to. Yeah, but
Mhm.
I've heard stories like from other friends where like somebody in their school became paralyzed and like they stopped like communicate, like those people, that guy's parents like completely like took him away from being friends with all his like friends. I think that,
Really?
yeah, and I think that happened when they were like in middle school or something like that. And I felt like they just like became the weird, you know, very sheltered, you know. And I feel like in a way like this happened to you and you're using your experiences to help other people. So I feel like honestly, if you think about it, if this could have happened to anybody else, would they really be sitting here making fucking videos to help other people?
I don't know, dude.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's honestly weird.
Because honestly, like, this is a lot of work. Yeah, this is a lot of work. Like, when she told me she wanted to do a video, I was like, or a podcast, I was just like, okay, we're just gonna do a little video, blah, blah, blah. But like, I show up here and it's just a lot to it. And not to say, honestly, I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could do all this. This is just too much.
Too much.
So
That's why it's only one per week. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of work. So that's why I've always felt like you've always been constantly like on go. Like,
Yeah, just doing shit.
just constantly moving and constantly. So in a weird way, like I feel like the universe chose you for a reason.
Lame.
And I think that you were gonna say about you wanted to talk about us our late night phone calls.
Huh?
You remember like when we're talking about what should we talk about in the video, and you're like, let's talk about how many times. You know?
How many times I called you like sobbing and crying?
Yeah.
How many times? I think I think I would call you like more back to back, like in the beginning. Well, not in the beginning because I started dating what's his face.
Yeah, you
So
were more
I was
occupied.
I was more busy over there. Ooh, but then after we broke up, I think that's wherever the call started, right?
Yeah, okay, honestly, to be completely honest, I only remember one call.
One call?
Yeah.
Hmm.
That I think I called you. Do you
And
remember I called you?
You probably were calling to like vent, and then here I am like throwing you all my shit.
I don't know why, but it was, and I think it was in October.
Oh, okay.
October is always a spooky month for me.
Yeah, same. Yeah. I feel like there was a time that you didn't feel right to vent with me because you felt like your problems weren't big enough.
Yeah, but that wasn't the phone call.
No,
that was a different thing.
That was
but
a different thing.
Yeah, no, I feel like you know, I sometimes would like go through little things in my world, and I would be like, okay, let me call my friend, and I'll be like, I don't want to call her and tell her my fucking little problem compared to whatever she's dealing with, you know?
Yeah, and I think it was like that in the beginning. So I would say if you're like in Marina's position, just call your friend, because they're probably sad, and then their story will like like distract them, and then
okay,
yeah,
so that's the advice you would give.
Yeah, I would definitely be like, nah, dude, just call her.
So if you're friends with someone and you feel like, oh, you don't want to bombard them with their little ass problem because they're going through a lot, to still call.
Yeah, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't say like really constantly,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, for sure. I think there was a lot of times where I felt like I didn't want to call you and tell you what the hell's going on in my life, because you were going to be like, really, bitch, you're crying about that.
No, at the end of the day, we're friends. So it's like your problems, as little as they may be, they were big for you because that's your life. But there is one question that I did want to ask. It's probably like the last one.
Okay.
How long did it take you for you to like go out again? Or like, were you a little like, dang, I don't want to like go out, I feel weird, or like that's something that you thought about, or did you feel guilty about going out, or was that something that
I think for sure,
I don't know,
because of the accident, I'm a little bit, well, honestly, I'm not even gonna lie, I've always been super cautious about drinking and driving.
Yeah,
because my parents have always been straight up like, homegirl, it's not only can you
kill someone, you go to
you
jail,
kill yourself. Like, if you're gonna drink and drive, you better kill yourself and not kill someone else, because that's like, so after the accident, I don't think I really went out that much. How old were we?
We were 21.
Oh, we were.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we were.
But like, was it something that you were kind of like, okay, I'm not going out because of that, like you felt like guilty, or that wasn't like something that like it was like in your mind, it was like, nah, or it's just you just didn't happen, or
no, I don't think I felt guilty about it.
Okay.
No, I don't think I felt guilty about it. Yeah, I don't think it wasn't a thought to me in my mind. It wasn't really a thought like, oh, fuck,
I'm not gonna go out because of maybe this could happen. Yeah, it wasn't nothing like
it wasn't that. It wasn't that. Of course, and to this day, like, drinking and driving, I always think back like, well, this can happen or that can happen.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as like going out, I guess maybe because I don't really be out there like that much.
Yeah.
I really don't. Like, I do go out, and I'm the type of person, like, when I do go out, it's like a full on fucking parade, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm the type where I'm not gonna just go out and have a couple of drinks. Like, if we're gonna go out, we're gonna go out and fucking,
make it worth it,
yeah,
I guess.
like fucking pop fireworks and shit. But yeah,
Okay, VIP over
No,
here.
for real,
Oh my
like,
god.
but I really don't go out a lot. Like, I don't
No?
go out a lot, so I didn't feel any sort of like, oh fuck.
And I'm not saying like if you go out you're gonna get a spinal cord injury, because it doesn't work that way.
So
Or like,
quick question. So did you ever feel some type of way when, like, if I went out? Well, honestly, you wouldn't even know if I go out, because honestly,
you don't post
I don't
nothing.
post anything.
No, I think the only thing that I felt like a type of way, or like the fact that like life was just like
still going,
without
wasn't
me,
gonna stop.
is whenever like our other friend told me like because her birthday was in February, and like, well, I still couldn't walk in February, right? So I was like still like in my hospital bed there, and then she was like, hey, I'm gonna go over here out of town to like New Orleans with what I don't know, with with somebody.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, dang, like if the accident wouldn't have happened, like I would have been there in New Orleans.
Yeah.
And I did feel like some type of way, like, dang, like she's over there like having fun, and I at the time I felt like, oh my god, why isn't she sad?
Really?
And yeah, I feel weird because I was like, dang, like I would think that she would like be here and stuff. Yeah, that was like a weird thing that I had to be like, look, like, and that's whenever I think I kind of realized like, look, you can't force somebody to be there. And I think it was like, I think that at that moment it was like a weird realization that it was kind of like
the world's not gonna stop.
Yeah. And yeah, I think that was one of the many like things that I faced that made me realize that. And then like, yeah, the guy at the time that I was with, bro, I saw him like go out like 2 weeks after my accident. Yeah, like he posted that he was like at a party. 2 weeks, bro. 2 weeks.
I don't know. I don't see. That's the thing. Like, I don't know.
I don't think I ever told you that, or
yeah,
did
I don't think you did.
Yeah, I saw his Instagram, and he was out at a party.
And you felt some type of way about it?
Yeah, definitely, dude, because he was like at a party, drinking,
turning it,
like drinking after
I don't know too much about the dude.
So, but with that being said, though, like I'm not like saying like drinking is bad, because I feel like my accident, like the guy was drunk, but I don't think like it was like, I don't think the accident was caused because of drinking. I think the person did cause the accident, that's how I look at it.
Okay. I think yeah,
cuz just because you drink a beer, you're not going to crash into a car, like, I feel like that's but I feel like that's like another topic to talk about, but I just wanted to put it out there that it's like, just because you drink, it's not like, I think you can still have fun, if you drink, and you won't, get a spinal cord injury if you like go out today and do Sunday fun day or something like that. I don't know. You want to add something? I feel like you want to add something. I think we should end it off with this. Go.
Yeah, no, I think that what you said was good.
Lies.
I'm just taking all the information in, because like I was thinking about you saying like, oh, or like you feeling that type of way, because I don't think you've ever told me like, oh, you felt some type of way, because
I mean at the time, yeah, like of that trip, I was like, dang, like,
or like your friend, your boy, or I don't know if you have a boyfriend or girlfriend, boyfriend,
him,
yeah, like, oh, you were mad because he went out.
Well, yeah, I was in the hospital. I was like paralyzed, and he was at a party, dude, at a party 2 weeks after.
Were you a boyfriend and girlfriend?
I don't know. I know.
I don't know.
At the time we were, but then I broke up with him. I think it was after the party or something like that. Whenever I saw that he was at the party, I was like, how could you be partying? What the fuck? I'm in like a tear, bro. I can't even. Yeah.
I think that to me goes to show, like, I don't like to post anything, just because I don't want to offend anybody. No, not
I'm
even
offended.
that. Yeah, no, not even that. It's just because I just don't like to post, because I don't. Not to say like, oh, my whole post revolve around how you making you fucking feel, It's not like that. It's just that I personally don't like to post because I don't want people in my business. And like that right there, like you said, you saw the post and then you felt a certain way about it. And to me, I feel like sometimes when you post it, and that's another thing, I feel like I don't like to post stuff on the internet, because I feel like people will see it and they'll bring energy to it. And sometimes that energy isn't good. It's like, like, you know, and like people like to post what they buy, what they wear, what they're doing, and I feel like sometimes people see that and they want that, and although you know it's not like intentionally like them wishing you bad, but them seeing it and kind of giving it that energy. That's why sometimes like with you and you posting certain things, I'm kind of like,
why she post that? Like, why did you post it? Delete it.
like
I'm over here like, fine, I'll delete it.
I feel like we've had that right a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
Where I'm like,
why did you post that? I'm like, oh.
Yeah, because I'm a very reserved person.
Yeah, very. We're like not. She has 8 Instagram pictures. I have like 403. I checked yesterday.
I have 8.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, I don't like to post anything, but that doesn't mean that I'm not fucking eating and buying shit and fucking breathing, and you know what I mean? I feel like a lot of people think, and it's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate that a lot of people think that if you're not posting it on the internet, it's not happening. And a lot of people feel like they have to like post to show that they're living this great life, and it's just like,
yeah, it's not like that.
And it's unfortunate, but a lot of people do feel that way. A lot of people feel like they have to post because they need people to know what they're doing, what they're wearing, what they're buying. I feel
like a lot of people like that have a spinal cord injury, they'll reach out to me and be like, oh yeah, but I'm not ready to post yet my recovery. Like, you don't have to post your recovery. Yeah. Like, you don't have to be like an inspirational person or like, or you don't have to share your story. And I feel like a lot of people like reach out to me and tell me that, like, dude, like, so like, yeah, I'll do it when I'm ready. I'm like, you don't have to. Like, what I'm doing is because I want to right now. Well, now, but you don't have to.
You've always been super open on the internet. Like I was looking at your YouTube the other day and in some of your old videos that you had, and I was just like,
of me running?
No, not of you running. I think it was like a
the
weather,
jump rope. No, the weather one.
Oh my god!
I'll link it below.
Dude, I was like, oh my god.
What was she doing?
Yeah, I was like, do I?
Thumbs down.
Yeah, so that's good advice to give to people. Cause
they don't have to. Like, you can literally just post pictures if you want. Like, you don't have to,
tell someone all your information.
No.
Like, oh, how you got in an accident, or this is happening, or now you're doing this, and you're happy and you're living your best. You don't have to prove anything to anyone.
Yeah, you don't.
And that's really good that you say that, because I feel like a lot of people, even disabled or not, people feel pressure to like portray an image on the internet for people to think that they're happy. Yeah. And it's like, just because you don't post on the internet that you're fucking doing shit doesn't mean that you're not doing shit. Yeah, that's good advice. Yeah. So don't feel, if you're disabled, don't feel pressure to have to tell someone your business. And you know what? That makes a lot of sense, because I feel like I've come across other people's pages that have disabilities, and I feel like they just have to like post to like show that they're okay, or they're you know what I mean. And
I'll be posting like, bro, I'm not okay today.
Yeah, and I feel like you don't have to do that. You don't have to.
Yeah, if you're like front.
Yeah. Well, that's good advice.
Thank you. Do you have any more questions, or do you like want to end it off like this? Maybe like a part 2. You know?
I feel like for sure we could probably do a different another one,
like
but
part 2 about something else.
Yeah, about just random.
I think we should talk about like dating, or I don't know.
Yeah, we could talk about something different, because I honestly felt like there wasn't that much on this topic to me, like that important. Because
I feel like we did touch on. I feel like we did touch on some like
some key stuff here and there.
Yeah, I think we did give good advice.
Yeah,
on some of those like people will leave stuff.
Yeah, I think I was telling Mildred that I didn't really love that title, because I felt like there wasn't really much you could say. Like, yeah, people are gonna leave and your life's gonna go on, and that's pretty much all it is to it, right?
Yeah, but I feel like a lot of people think that people will stay there.
They expect them. Did you expect the people that left you to be there, or like? Yeah, you did.
I expected the boyfriend that I was dating to be there, because I would be there in a heartbeat. Like, no joke. Like, if he would have been the disabled one, and if I would have been like the walking one, no doubt, I probably would have been there right now. And even if I didn't like love him anymore at the time, I would still like look after him and be like, oh hey, how you doing? Or, I would definitely check on him, and even imagine myself like, dang, maybe what if I had another boyfriend? I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go and see how he's doing. Like, I feel like, like no doubt I would be there for him. So I did expect him to be there, because I mean I dated him for like a long time. So, and then the other friend, I felt like our kids were gonna like play with it, like, be friends, because we just like I don't know. Yeah, it's just something that it was kind of just there, not a, like expectation. I just thought that we would like be like friends for like forever, since we were friends since like little. Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, life goes on, and the people that are supposed to be, the people that are meant to be in your life will be there. And if people leave, then fuck it, a la verga. But nice to meet you. Bye. Carry on. And that's just like what life is. Okay. So you learn from it, you grow from it. And do you want to add something to it, Marina, before we leave?
No.
No, right?
No.
I think we did good. I
Covered
think we
everything.
did good. Yeah, I think so. So just stay tuned for our next podcast. I don't know if Marina will be.
Just say our next podcast.
Okay, well.
This is my one and only. I'm never doing this again.
So, guys, this concludes episode 7. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to check out next week's podcast. See ya. Don't want to be ya. Thank you for watching my video, guys. See ya. Don't want to be ya.